wanted to share something else here. I like sharing things when I learn from it. I mess up, but then if I can show everybody else, then we don't all have to make the same mistakes. So I just got these Matchfit dovetail clamps, and they are awesome. You can make all kinds of jigs with them, and they're clamps. They're super cool. Definitely not sponsored or anything. I bought them, but I noticed on the Dovetail, you actually need to go. It says to go 3/8 deep, but I found you need to go about a 64th deeper than that. And here's the reason. If I only went 3/8, this almost comes to the top, and if the piece that you're holding on to touches that metal bar, then it's just floating there and it's not actually clamping it. It's bad, worse in other areas. So I found out if you go about a 64th deeper, you get this. Hold it still. And it doesn't even come close to the top, which is much better. You can see the step difference there. Get focused. So just that little bit of difference made all the difference in the world. Another thing I noticed is I cut the long grooves on the router table, but these grooves kept getting in the way. When I would go through the router table, it kept catching on these, and it made it really difficult to pull through, and right here it actually messed it up a little bit. So if you're gonna do this, I would do the long ones first on the router table, and then I used this guy with the dovetail bit on it, and I clamped it onto the piece to do the short ones. That way it doesn't catch on here, because yeah, when I was running it through here, every one of those would catch on here, and you can't really lift it, because then that'll mess up the dovetail. So if you do the long ones first and then go over and do the short ones, it works much better. So I plan on making that one was just a 4-foot one, and it's 16 inches wide. I made mine a little wider, but I'm going to also make a one that's 8 foot long, that's 16 inches deep. So these things are pretty cool, but gotta get it set up right, or it just won't really work. I think I caught it about halfway through and realized that it needed to go deeper. So once you go, if you go deeper, you can actually go higher, but you can't, if you go too shallow, then it doesn't matter if you go deeper, the damage is already done. So just if you can learn from my mistake, then we don't all have to keep making the same mistakes.